Hey guys, and welcome to D-Plays. I'm D-Pad Danny, and today I will be playing Kirby's Dreamland on the Game Boy. Alright, Kirby's Dreamland. Stage 1, Green Greens. Now, anybody who has a Game Boy knows that this is an absolute must-have for the console. Kirby's first outing. A couple interesting things about this particular installment in the series. First of all, with it being the first installment, I guess they didn't know what color they were going to have Kirby be, because rather than the natural or standard pink color that we've known to love, he is actually white on the cover, on the box art for this one. Oh. Another thing that sets this this installment away from the rest of the series is you'll notice that you can suck up the enemies like standard, but if you try to swallow them, you just swallow them; they just disappear. As opposed to the other ones where you can steal the powers of the enemy, which has become a hallmark of the series and kind of what the series is known for. And it's just interesting that that was added on as a, I guess, enhancement to the later games when the NES version came out, and really stuck when the first one has no such feature. I always found that kind of interesting. I've always liked the music in Kirby games. Boss time. I guess those are supposed to be apples. And Kirby dance. Always liked the Kirby dance. That poor tree's so sad. Stage 2, Castle Low. It's really interesting that, you know, HAL is the same company that made Kirby as well as Adventures of Lolo. Just interesting thing that they put that as like a throwback or a spin-off in Kirby. I like these guys. Obviously, can't suck anything up while underwater. Now, in Kirby's Adventure for the NES, they added to where you can spit like a little stream of water to hit your enemies while you're underwater. This one doesn't have that. Invincibility lollipop. Does that make sense, right? You know, when you eat a sucker, you pretty much feel invincible. I know I do. Give me that box. Take that box. I always wondered why everything you suck up, like whether it be an enemy or an item or whatever, it always turns into a star. It's just like your digestive system just, I don't know, turns things into stars. It's just weird. Medicine I don't need. I guess it's medicine. It could be a bottle of water. This spicy curry. love the spicy curry. It gives you this awesome shot for a little while. I love curry. In real life as well, it's a pro tip. Okay, I don't need that medicine. I'm pretty good. Nope, I need that medicine now. Here's a interesting story. Oops, shit. I got a Game Gear shortly after it came out for my birthday or Christmas one, because my birthday's in January, so it's really close. So memories tend to get a little mixed up on which holiday I got it for, but you know, that's beside the point. I got a Game Gear. Don't remember asking for it, and it was cool. You know, I had some fun games for it. I was really little, so some of them I couldn't understand. Yes, there is a point to this story. But all my friends had Game Boys, and you know, when they would let me check them out, and man, Game Boy's got a lot more better games than the Game Gear, you know. My dad had a buddy who had a Game Boy and a couple games. I guess that room wasn't big enough for dancing. And we traded, basically. I traded my Game Gear, a case, and like 4 games for a Game Boy, a case, and 4 games. And this is one of the ones that came with it. And I loved playing it when I was younger. And I think this, if my memory serves me correctly, this is the first game I ever beat. So, a lot of fun memories with this one. Boom! Those cannons that you cannot kill. It's one of the two enemies in this game that you cannot damage. It's the cannons and the Gordos, which are the spiked guys. I guess Kirby's a bad singer. Shrill tones damaging the enemy's ears or something. That medicine. That's a close one. Little ghost heads like to pull this disappearing act. Sometimes they'll even show up in different areas. Oh, hooray. Really spicy. This is another cool thing. You know, most games, 1-ups be, you know, like an icon of some sort, or a small version of yourself, like an avatar or a doll. In this one, I always thought it was cool how it's just 1-up. It's just spelled right out there for you. You know, so there's no confusion on what the power-ups do. Yes, because, you know, lollipop, you know, you should automatically know that's invincibility. I always thought this was cool. Right here. Get stuck in the whale's blowhole. Yeah, speaking of knowing exactly what the power-ups do, is that like a mint leaf or something? Yes, that's exactly what I thought it would do. I guess his breath is so damn fresh that the enemies just can't handle it. enjoyed this boss because I like I like shooters. He just got wrecked. Bubbly clouds. I don't know, can clouds be bubbly? I mean, how does that work? I don't know. Shut up, Danny, it's the freaking game. These guys, you can't suck them up, you gotta kill them by spitting at them. If you try to suck them up, they'll kind of go crazy and chase you for a little bit, and then they'll explode. Which they explode when you kill them anyway, but it's just a whole lot easier to inflate, take them out that way. Faster too. Some of these enemies just, you know, really make you wish that you could take their powers, especially if you played like Kirby's Adventure or Kirby Superstar or something before playing this one. If this was your first Kirby game, then it may not be as odd to you, but I can see how it'd be a little bit of a shock starting with one of the more modern Kirbys going to this one. Yeah. Random pool of water just chilling in the clouds. Is that where rain comes from? Like, I know it comes from the atmosphere and stuff. Like, is that how it is? It's really just a pool of water on a bubble cloud. Oh, right in the eye. Interesting thing about that enemy sprite is that around the eye, the main central part, if you look closely, it's not a straight circle. It's actually got a square around it, a white square. Oh. That's a close one. Midtime. Fear my fresh breath. And curry. There's apparently lots of food in space. It's like, what's the point of that? Okay, I can suck it up. Can't get over there, as far as I know, anyway. Yeah, now it's Cloud. I do not like this boss. I think it's the most frustrating boss in the game because he'll just randomly dive at you and he doesn't really give any indication he's going to do it. It just seems completely random. So, to somewhat prepare for that, you kind of want to float in the air up here, so if he does, you can kind of float over him. too bad, as long as I can not get hit. Boom! Got it. Right. So far, so good. Mount DDD. This game is really short. It's really 4 levels, and then basically a boss rush. He's really vain, all those pictures of himself, just so you don't forget whose house you're at. So the way I usually do this is I fight them in the order that I fought them naturally. So. And basically, it'll give you this little throwback level. Oof, almost died there. There's a little bit of a delay before you can reinflate. Oh man, it's like deja vu. You know, there's a joke here somewhere about the door opening up after you touch yourself. Yeah, I don't know. Not design the game. No idea. Alright. Lolo and Llama. I like his music, especially. Dancing. Look at me dance! Thanks, me. Appreciate it. Gotcha. Oh. You gotta press down to fall through those, and I guess I didn't time it right. Gotcha, twice. Alright, not too bad, 2 down. And they don't give you any health power-ups in between all this, so... Unless you die, you're pretty much on 1 health bar. Mint time. Ah, you got me. Doing alright. If I can get through this guy without taking too much, the stage for that matter, without taking too much damage. We should be able to beat the game without losing a life, but, knock on wood, it's easier said than done. He's tricky. Face or eye or eye face. on to DDD. I like this tune as well. It's pretty rocking. Now, if you've ever played Super Smash Brothers, you're familiar with DDD's moveset. It's super accurate to his portrayal here, which is pretty neat. I think they did a pretty good job putting him in Super Smash Bros. That's the worst right there, because sometimes he'll fake you out and you think that he's going to do his little flop, but he'll actually try to suck you up and then he'll spit you out and you'll like smack against the turnbuckles there in the corner. That's usually how he hits me when he does. It's not going fantastic. Ah! Damn it. I really thought he was going to jump further. There goes my perfect run, I suppose. Or hopes of a perfect run, anyway. Well, a no-death run, anyway. I guess perfect would have been if I didn't take any damage at all, but... It's not a hard game, but... Things happen. Nope. Not today. Why couldn't I have done it the first time? Whatever. And ejected. Giant Kirby balloon. Because why not? And I guess that's all the food that DDD was hoarding for himself. And that's it. Well guys, that's Kirby's Dreamland for the Game Boy. It's not very long, it's not very difficult, but if you have a Game Boy, it should definitely be in your collection as a must-have for sure. That's it for now. Thanks so much for watching guys, and I will see you next time for another D Plays.